been dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm woke, everything that I see ain't what it seems. I guess I've been dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been
Oh. Peace and love to all the gods and goddesses and the high vibrating species on the planet. How we living, good people? Y'all come on in, come on in. Have a seat, have a seat, have a seat. Academates, I see you. Y'all know where y'all at. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all gracing the place with your presence. We got a nothing from Anthrax Crab. 22. You know what I mean? That double deuce. You feel me? The last one was bustin'. For sure. I can't be mad. You know what I'm saying? Very informative. Deeper than, you know what I mean? And I appreciate you telling me about the, don't, you know what I'm saying, the details. Because I am a Leo, double Leo to be exact, and that is one of our positive attributes. We're very detail oriented. So yes, we can get lost in the details, but best believe if we get lost in them, we coming out the sauce with it. That best believe that. But you know, just to keep from dragging it out, I appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, giving me, because that last one almost, like, I could have space barred y'all to sleep, like, for real. So but yeah, we got SCP-3426 Director, and he is a key turtle. You know what I'm saying? With ZK dash what's that, an A? That looks like a upside down Y. But whatever. It looks like upside down. What is it? A? Okay. Classic. Damn, bro. What is the Z? Did I cover this? Was this even in that video? I don't remember this one, y'all. I don't remember this one. I don't. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't remember when in that course that they walked us through the classes that I don't remember. I just don't recall this one. Cosmic fragmentation scenario. Wow. Cosmic fragmentation scenario. Wow. Okay, so I believe this is about to be deep. Okay, and then we do have numerology, and I have the booklet. Right here sitting next to me. 3426. Okay, that's a 6. 6. Alright. The 6. Okay, we got the 6 right here. So, Shalala, get your ace in the back. You know we act. For those that are new, welcome to the academy. You know what I'm talking about? And yes, we do numerology with the SCPs. We have linked so many of the numbers with the SCPs, almost to the point where it was to the T with the numerology and the numbers. You know what I'm talking about? So we definitely bring it out. We didn't start like that in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? But of course, this video here that we're doing, the feature video that we're doing from the class participation of Anthrax Crab, he actually suggested that I do more of it. So I just, okay, I'm gonna bring out the book. You know what I mean? And let's do it. And we've been busting ever since, for real, busting. All right. So the number 6 is feminine in nature, and it is ruled by the planet Venus, and is represented by the signs Taurus in the 2nd house and Libra in the 7th house. The positives here is dependable, loving, loyal, responsible, magnetic, comforting, balanced, thoughtful, stable, sociable, service-oriented, family-oriented, artistic, outgoing, kind, consistent, and understanding, which we use the term understanding to get to the overstanding. On the negative side, we have stubborn, gossiper, judgmental, domestic tyrant, interfering, doubting Thomas, meddlesome, worshipping persons or things, cynical, suspicious, dogmatic, jealous, complacent, and self-righteous. Now, I could really take a shot at a certain somebody. Cause boy, don't it sound like him? Don't it sound like him? It sounds just like him. But I can definitely say this. We know that the SCP Foundation, in the negative side, does a lot of interfering. We've actually seen the domestic tyrant side of these people. Definitely dogmatic. We've seen them worshiping persons and things. Complacent in their position as to be protecting, secure, contain, and protect. But it's basically their interest. And self-righteous mother suckers. They got the God complex, for sure. But, and meddlesome. Definitely meddlesome. Judgmental, yeah, they're all the negatives. You know what I'm talking about? So, but anyways, we're gonna look for that SCP to pull out some of those negs. Maybe it's a positive thing. We'll see. That's what we're here for, right? All right. So anyway, so for the occupations, we have some teachers, lawyers, artists, singers, doctors, nurses, advisors, tutors, voice teachers, public servants, dentists, hosts and hostess, athletes, social workers, counselors, realtors, union and labor leaders, professors, surgeon, beautician, makeup artist, and a public speaker. We got mates and time of the year, health. We may go through some of them. I just don't like to drag it all the way out, right? Even like I said, we got cities and countries right here. I wouldn't be surprised if they're in some of these cities and countries. You know, we really never really brought those out. Hey, you feel me? Tidbits. If y'all would like to hear some of the other things, like the cities, countries, the mates, partners, times of the year, even that we even got health right here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know. I don't mind going over it. I mean, over some of it. I can toss a couple of those in there for you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no big deal. So let me know in the comment section. Ain't no big deal to me. If you like spending time with me, that is. You know, I don't mind. So anyways, for the tidbits, the number 6 has rulership over institutional buildings, which we know we're dealing with here, hospitals, museums, beauty homes, bedrooms, fields, pastures. Fields would definitely be another one where the SCP foundations or sites could be located. Pastures, underground. Most places underground. Daycare centers, underground. Neighborhood shelters, underground. Civil defense shelters, underground bunkers and such. Art galleries, health centers, underground facilities also. The colors are strongly associated with the 6, the blue family, from the lightest to the darkest. The number 6 is best during the day. Alright, so if you are in attendance, look for some of these things. Everybody pick something, you look for it, you find it, you catch it. Even if I miss it, drop it. You know what I'm talking about? And let's work together on this stuff. You feel me? Because like I said, this numerology, it put a whole nother twist to the game. And I'm thankful and grateful that, you know what I'm saying, those that do view, you appreciate it for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? Because you can use this for your own life, and that's really what it's based on. But anyways, let's do this, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? So Academates, I hope you have what you need, because I do. And without further ado, let's get to what it is that we do. And if you're new, grab a seat, and I hope you have your notes with you. Bustin'.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-3426. Object Class, Keter. Special Containment Procedures. Until the nature of SCP-3426 can be definitively ascertained, containment should focus on preventing as many of the theorized conditions for its occurrence as possible. As such, scientific progress into unified physics hypothesis and the creation of infinitely sustainable energy should be heavily impeded. Other areas of social and technological progress that could potentially result in an occurrence of SCP-3426 on Earth must be prevented by any reasonable means currently available. Additional measures may be taken in the event that the collective human race approaches attainment of Type 1 civilization status as defined on the Kardashev scale. Investigation of phenomena.
Okay, so that's what we would love to do. We used to be type 1 until certain people showed up. And then when that happened, look at the world today. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, we try, and that's where we're trying to get back to. Type 1. Turn up, upgrade. You feel me? There's a certain side entity that's here that's working in the favor of that. But then there's extra factions that's working against that. So that's why we're asking all the inhabitants thereof to get your head out your ass and wake up, so we can turn up, bro. It's so much that we're supposed to be doing right now, and it's not what you think we're doing today. This is the enslavement part, the enslaved part of what you think. What the hell? No. All those thoughts that you have, man, I want to be doing, you should be doing that. You should be doing that. But not to the detriment of people, not to the detriment of a planet. You know what I mean? And that's what's taking place here on this planet. It's crazy. That's crazy. Let's do it. Thrax, I think it's finna be another one.
Related to SCP-3426 will take place under Operation Gray Voices. Mechanical probe surveys to a maximum range of 100 light-years will attempt to ascertain the commonality and range of SCP-3426, and manned excursions of post-3426 planets are currently in the planning process. Operation Gray Voices will centralize the relevant collected data and collaborate with other Foundation internal research divisions, including the Memetics and Info Hazards Division, Temporal Anomalies Department, Thaumatological Department, and Biological Containment and Research Division, for the purpose of attaining greater understanding of SCP-3426. Civilian surveys of exoplanets and cosmological imaging projects will be strictly monitored for images or data that show evidence of SCP-3426. Upon discovery, data of SCP-3426 is to be erased or edited as necessary, and amnestics administered to persons involved. Description: SCP-3426 is a phenomenon.
See, that's suspicious right there. A form of dogmatic, you know what I'm saying? Because that's basically dogma, lies, twist, interfering. See what I'm saying? Meddlesome. That's crazy. Already.
That is responsible for the total extinction of a technologically and socially advanced planetary civilization. SCP-3426 may be an event, entity, process, object, or concept. To date, there exists no definitive hypothesis on the attributes of the anomaly. However, it is known that the conditions for the manifestation of SCP-3426 are self-consistent and follow an established pattern. It is believed that SCP-3426 manifestation is widespread and possibly universal. A planet that has been affected by SCP-3426 is termed post-3426. Post-3426 planets and civilizations share a number of common characteristics.
What's that?
The civilization must have achieved a relative degree of global socio-political stability. A limitless or indefinitely sustainable source of worldwide energy is in use. For example, the Tatarian Empire, which y'all call Tartarus. That was funny. Yeah, that's what they achieved. That was here. That's your so-called Antarctica, where y'all are, where you won't let people go unless it's concentrated, just like the Grand Canyon. Unless it's controlled, y'all got to control where people can go because they liable to see things that y'all don't want to see. That's like, I was shocked when I heard about you can't even fly a drone out there. I'm not surprised, but still shocking them nonetheless. So yeah, I mean, it's this is resonating like on so many other spectrums. Example: nuclear fusion, hydrogen mining, orbital solar collection, or enhanced geothermal systems. This energy must be widespread and plentiful enough for the civilization to qualify as a Type 1 civilization or higher on the Kardashev scale. a unified scientific theory or model of the universe must have been developed. Space travel is commonplace and is advanced enough to allow for detailed exploration of the local solar system. There exists an organization whose purpose is to catalog and contain as many anomalous phenomena as possible. Post-3426 planets display widespread anomalous material corrosion, reality distortion, complete or near-complete corruption of information and information media, and the pervasive presence of visual cognitohazards and abnormalities. Sapient life forms on post-3426 planets appear in two stages based on time since SCP-3426 took place. If it has been 1 year or less since the occurrence of SCP-3426, such organisms appear suspended or frozen in place, lack any consciousness, and display total cell death. In some cases, they may appear translucent or blurred to cameras and to the eye. Afterwards, intelligent life is apparently completely spatially erased, while possessions, information, and structures created as a result of the species remain present. If highly deviated, no physical remains of the species itself exist.
It sounds like he said one more time.
And display total cell death. In some cases, they may appear translucent or blurred to cameras and to the eye. Afterwards, intelligent life is apparently completely spatially erased, while possessions, information, and structures created as a result of the species remain present.
Okay, so that sounds like like something wasn't conducive to wherever the hell it was, and everything else stands. That's like you come to this planet, and everything that's of the planet, it stands with the planet. And if you're not from the planet, and certain things happen like what's taking place right now, eventually you're gonna be up and out of here, and everything that you built or claim you built or whatever, that's still gonna stand because it was actually conducive to the planet that it was on. was on. So I mean, dude, total cell death. What happened to your cells? Like, what happened? And then translucent appears yeah. So it sounds like the complex cell, eukaryotic cell, maybe. But we'll see. Let's go.
If highly deviated, no physical remains of the species itself exist. Data, items, and artifacts were collected primarily through the mass usage of drones, orbital probes, and imaging sensors deployed onto post-3426 planets. Further information on the exact properties or effects of SCP-3426 has been difficult to recover. Probes that enter the atmosphere of a post-3426 planet quickly deteriorate within 24 hours, becoming affected by the space-time distortion and material corrosion permeating the planet's surface and surroundings. As a result, recovered data on post-3426 planets is extremely limited. Based on data and related...
So, yeah, like the frequency not matching. Damn. Yeah.
analysis from Operation Grey Voices, it is believed that SCP-3426 induces a slow collapse of the consistency of universal constants and stable states within the planet. This collapse weakens force interactions between elementary particles, creates extreme planet-wide ontokinetic and material distortion effects, and gradually prevents any information or conscious thought from being distributed. This process culminates in all matter on the planet reaching a state of catastrophic incoherence, theoretically resulting in the slow erasure of objects, concepts, and life forms originating from it. This phenomenon has been provisionally classed as a ZK Lambda-class cosmic fragmentation scenario.
Bruh, that's crazy. That is crazy. Wow.
While research into SCP-3426 has yielded a vast variety of information regarding its nature and end results, the mechanism by which SCP-3426 acts remains unknown. Addendum 3426 1. Incomplete list of post-3426 planets. At present, Operation Grey Voices has examined all exoplanets within a 75 light-year radius of Earth. From this current exploration area, 16 planets have met the hypothesized conditions required for the occurrence of SCP-3426. All 16 were affected by SCP-3426 either upon discovery or within 5 years of detection. A partial list of post-3426 exoplanets and their characteristics is shown below. Gliese 1214b, post-3426 2. Traits: Ocean planet, hydrogen and helium atmosphere. Dominant life forms were aquatic non-humanoids with primary settlements underneath the ocean. Technologically advanced society organized into strict, unified social hierarchies. Outposts existed both in the atmosphere and in space, used for the purpose of research into local star system. The civilization had no clear leader of governmental system, rather computers dispensed resources distributed according to caste. Post-3426 characteristics. After SCP-3426, Post-3426-2 had approximately half of its water transmuted into deuterium and tritium oxide. Consciousness in all sapient life forms spontaneously stopped. Computers and other data storage devices underwent apparent global information corruption, with only 15% of the civilization's information remaining readable. Water molecules no longer flow. The substance acts as a single, rigid, continuous solid. Notes: none. Kepler 443b, post-3426 5. Traits: thick atmosphere, strong gravitational field, and cold average temperatures. Dominant life forms had mammalian characteristics such as body hair and live birth, but possessed ectothermic circulation in the same fashion as reptiles. Dominant religion involved the worship of an entity ascribed to the planet's star, which was said to be responsible for continually rebuilding and moving the universe. Post-3426 characteristics. Post-3426-5 experienced a form of catastrophic reality degradation in which the formation of chemical compounds became impossible due to weakening of the electrostatic force. An additional anomalous effect causes all native living organisms to be perceived as two-dimensional, shimmering gray film. This effect is both present in photographs and video from the planet, and physical artifacts collected from it. Notes:
Hey, don't that sound familiar though? You know what I'm saying? Like some of the stuff, the footage that they be showing us from. Y'all keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
None. Luton B, post-3426 10. Traits: rocky planet with Earth-like composition, orbiting a red dwarf, mild, 292 Kelvin temperatures and nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere. Dominant intelligent life was humanoid. The planet had recently survived the effects of a catastrophic nuclear war, which subsequently led to a period of utopian peace and social stability. Primary energy source was obtained through large-scale drilling into planet's mantle. Post-3426 characteristics. All events taking place on post-3426-10 occur in apparent disjointed slow motion. Movement, interaction, and even thought are anomalously decelerated. This deceleration is inconsistent among the surface, with some regions being slower than others. This effect can also manifest as a complete and total stopping of time, with all particle movement in an affected region ceasing. Analysis of the
That boy just dropped vibration and vanished. It's not permeating at all. So yeah, it just vanished, bro. That's crazy, boy. Stop. See, that's why you don't want to. You know what I mean? That's where you fucked up at right there. See, It's stuff like this that you didn't take into account when you start getting rid of the certain inhabitants of the planet. Certain things start happening to the planet, and then you realize, damn, they're one and the same. So if you take them off the planet's not even it's gonna cease to exist. It's just gonna stop working. They didn't tell you that part, did it?
Mantle of the planet revealed that it had been transformed to a perfectly smooth, transparent layer of pink glass. Interaction with the pink glass results in malfunction of any nearby electrically powered devices and intense feeling of vertigo. Notes: the dominant life forms inhabiting post-342610 appear to communicate in...
I've had vertigo. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my gosh.
...an undocumented Indo-European language with significant similarities to Hittite. The status of this phenomenon as an anomaly is currently under review. TRAPPIST-1F, post-3426-13. Traits: orbits ultra-cool dwarf star, rocky Earth-like composition with large high-pressure water vapor envelope covering planet. Similarly to Earth, planetary society consisted of a multitude of separated geopolitical states, coexisting in a roughly capitalist system. Analog of the SCP Foundation, notably, was a peacekeeping organization that traded anomalies and used them strategically to prevent wars, research medical and scientific advances, or expose social and economic injustices.
Okay, well that don't sound too bad, but did you stay that way?
3426 characteristics: extreme spatial distortion. Entire regions are displaced from the rest of the surface, while a low static blur is visible across most of the planet. It is unknown whether this is a visual or ontokinetic effect. On occasion, a sudden tear in the space-time continuum within the planet's atmosphere is detected, followed by the appearance of black mist. This mist will usually move towards an unconscious sentient life form or data storage device and enter it. Once this has been completed, it becomes impossible for any being to comprehend any concepts related to or contained in the affected object. This has made data gathering from post-3426-13 extremely difficult. Notes: all containment sites operated by post-3426-13's SCP Foundation analog have been replaced by large spheres of total darkness. Mechanical probes entering these regions of total darkness experience an unusual form of breakdown. See Addendum 3426-3.
It's like what you sending them into dark total darkness. It's like dark matter almost. I'm just asking.
Addendum 3426-2. Recovered data and artifacts list. Rough translations of recovered data were provided by the Linguistics Department under request by Operation Grey Voices. Translations are not guaranteed to be accurate. Item source: computer terminal drive on space station.
I am willing to bet the Grey Voices are Greys, and they can't be trusted, right? So that's why they say translation ain't guaranteed to be accurate. I've been thinking that this whole time. What y'all think about that? You know what I'm saying? Just perspectives, man. Just hypothetical. We just asking, right? Just asking. Y'all let me know. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all think about it? So actually, what, give me your spiel on it, yo.
Orbiting post-3426-2. We are on the verge of finally discovering it. Equation for everything. The mathematics is working perfectly. Too perfectly, perhaps, for me to remain comfortable with this experiment much longer. Natural laws, behaviors, and forces. I cannot help but fear what these findings imply. I cannot keep this secret. This conclusion is something that affects everything, not just on the planet, everywhere. That exists. We are and as I stare further and further into the sand grains that make this world, I am further convinced that they are built out of mist and magic. Item source: emergency message found playing on repeat in all structures in post-3426-2.
Attention. Worldwide informational, physical, and chemical hazards. Please remain calm and take note of the following precautions to ensure your safety. Once this message completes, shut off all electric devices you currently possess. Close all openings or viewings from outside the building you are currently in. If you are not currently inside an enclosed building, seek shelter in one immediately. Cover up or illuminate all sources of darkness in your location of shelter. Destroy any reflective surfaces in your location of shelter. Destroy any transparent surfaces in your location of shelter. If you begin witnessing bizarre, disturbing, or unsettling effects occurring in your location of shelter, do not report or point them out to any other person. Doing so will allow to spread. When you begin to hear the screaming in your mind, move to a room or place where you can be alone. Darken the room completely. This will allow the fading to happen most quickly. Bring any possessions of sentimental value with you. The screams will become overpowering. Do not panic. Focus on a memory of great intensity to you, and be silent until you do not exist. If at any point you feel that you cannot continue, remember that a society-issued weapon should be available in every facility. Your death will be quick and painless. This message will continue until nothing is left to hear it. This message will continue until nothing is left to hear it.
What in the holy world? What? Okay, so what is sound like the screaming? The pattern screaming? That's what it sounds like. But at the same time, they talking about, okay, so they trying to run from the darkness. You're running from the darkness, you're running from chaos, because that's what the screams sound like. Chaos. Right? So much of it, you just can't take it, right? Would this be the screams of the planet? Of the things that's taking place, the atrocities that's taking place on planets? When this darkness comes and you're in it, and all of a sudden you just hear the screams, and you feel it, and you just can't take it. I mean, I don't think I could be in a room and listen to 400,000 children screaming in pain and fit, you know what I mean, and all of that, and not go crazy. You know, I'm just saying. I'm just throwing some extra stuff out there, you know what I'm saying? Extra ideas, just something to think about. I mean, the planet, I mean, what this shit they talking about, it sounds like here, bro. I mean, I just got to be honest with you. And there are multiple universes in dimensions that other Earths and other things, and you know what I'm saying, you're there, and just certain things, just like the other one that we just watched. No matter what what timeline they went to, you know what I'm saying, it went down, bro. It's like nobody, you know what I'm saying? So, and here we are, another situation where now it's planetary and extinctions are happening. This right here is, this picture here looks like a bunch of ships picking up their people and getting the fuck on. And those that remain, you're gonna be trapped in the darkness, triple blackness. You know what I mean? Which, like I said, they say that, like, so if you don't illuminate everything, you're gonna allow the dark matter to spread. So, but I'm just saying, I could be totally wrong there. You know what I mean? But I'm just, that's how my mind taking this right now. And then, like, I'm definitely looking at these ships, and they are flying and taking off, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or could be landing to pick their people up. Or this could be, you know what I'm saying, the imposters coming, landing, and finna get down on everybody. Ain't no telling. You feel me? But y'all all out here doing some crazy stuff. Then, you know what I'm saying, native from the planet, it's crazy, bro.
Source. A native plant from post 3426 5. As far as can be ascertained, the plant is approximately 0.5 meters tall and is most likely a flowering plant.
This plant was common across post-3426-5's ground and was pollinated by many active fauna on post-3426-5. Within the first 15 minutes of viewing, the object is perceived by all intelligent life as a plant-shaped mass of static. This static appears two-dimensional from all sides, despite existing in a three-dimensional space. Extended observation of the static tends to cause discomfort in all observers. After 15 minutes have passed, the plant is no longer able to be perceived by the observer. The observer's memories of the plant are immediately retained, but physical viewing of the plant's location presents itself as the object itself was not present. Testers could describe an unknown object perfectly, even if it was presumably obscured by the plant. This effect changes after 2 to 3 days have passed. All people who are affected by the property that prevents perception of the plant begin to see the plant as a miscellaneous flower that the observer attaches emotional value or meaning to. The flower type that is perceived varies greatly from person to person. Foundation artificial intelligence constructs, upon being presented with the plant, appear to perceive it as a random pattern of shapes and colors. The reason for this effect is undetermined. Item source: official internal statement from the SCP Foundation equivalent from post-3426-10.
To all that remain, we, the Conclave of Six, reveal our words to you today because self-signing.
What's the number of the day? Did that boy just say the Conclave of Six? What's the number of the day? 6.
Will soon cease to exist, and it must come to pass because of our doing. We delved too far, knew too much. We wanted to know secrets which were not meant for the mortals to know. Questions of gods and creators. Questions of the elementary makeup of everything. Now we face the apocalypse. Divine punishment for our transgressions.
Woo! Ooh, no he didn't. Yeah, he did. He said that. Oh my goodness. Run it back, because that's exactly what took place here. Exactly.
Creators, which were not meant for this, and it must come to pass because of our doing. We delved too far, knew too much. We wanted to know secrets which were not meant for the mortals to know.
Yes,
questions of gods and creators.
Yes, you did.
Questions of the elementary makeup of everything.
Yes, you did.
Now we face the apocalypse.
Yes, you do.
Divine punishment for our transgressions.
Yes, it is.
We have little left to say. In the coming days, you will find that the domain of physical meaning will shatter into a billion pieces. Specifically, this planet will be ravaged, both by a massive upheaval in universal laws that is roughly equivalent to the entire...
Woo! What'd I say about them universal laws? What'd I say? See?
planet, becoming a high-intensity hostile matter-affecting anomaly, or as you know it, a Segment M threat RH phenomenon. And by a vast number of incorporeal entities, we believe they're entities, but we're not sure, that will attempt to slowly erase and corrupt all sources of information and knowledge originating from cell-signing. Yes, this includes you. You have two choices. If you stay on cell-signing, your consciousness will be ripped apart from you and leave only a pale image of anything you were. Time and space will blend their twisted forms into each other until everything and nothing happens at once. Every second squished together and lengthened into eternity. Communication and thought will die a slow death. Eventually, everything that originates from our world will collapse into itself and be erased from the universe. The only fragments of our legacy will be warped to be unrecognizable. Alternatively, you can take the preliminary space shuttle we have made out of all the anomalous material we still have left.
That ain't gonna
It
help.
will get you far, but not much farther from what we understand. It is the very fabric of the multiverse itself that is coming to blot us out. Long live cell-signing. May
That's great, mother. Just so you know. Just so you know. I'm just saying. And that bro, whoever this is, bro, he just told the absolute truth. It's for those reasons and more, though. But ultimately, yeah, and there's a lot of people in full violation. And y'all hear about this stuff, but it's what y'all call us conspiracy theorists. We're the conspiracy theorists because we talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what be going on around here. Y'all see this stuff, bro. You just, I mean,
Its death not be in vain. Item source. Handwritten note scrawled into the inside back cover of a book on post 3426, 13. The world is on slow fire. Swarms of bitter void break apart from the sky and attack. I don't think there's time left to escape. I think even if we did, they would follow. I looked upwards, and in a moment, the sky was suddenly black, and the sun was even darker. All filaments and strands of infectious shadows. I don't even know how they got here. Why they chose us. Why? They sent the flying things, signals. I can't recall the names. But as it hit the black barrier, they simply disappeared. We are going away too. Everything I know is fading. I look at the world, and half of the words I use for things have been blocked out by my memory. The computers don't work anymore. When I open this book, the words are replaced by bars of white and black, and that's what they're doing. Don't you see? They are nothing but nothing, and they want to make us unreal, and time and space unreal. As I look out of this window, the top half of the building next to me is disjointed from the bottom half. The people in the window across are frozen. Then they flash and move for an instant and are frozen once more. Every time they move, the color of everything turns red and blue and green in a strobe of terror. Reality is coming apart at the seams. My sister is in the house with me. We are trying to keep out of reach of the unreal darkness. She has told me that there is a voice in her head. I asked her what the voice was saying. She said it was only a wailing. It is the end for her then. I will watch as the wailing overpowers her mind, and she forgets everything she is. She will forget she was ever an intelligent being. She will forget all of the world, and all of the past and the present and the future, the little of it we have left. She will then become unregisterable to me in my mind, or to anyone's mind. Her consciousness and her identity will be severed from the rest of our knowledge until she dissolves alone in a universe of one and becomes an object eaten by the all-consuming unreality. She was too young. I hear something in my head. The light.
Level 4, 3426, classified. Addendum 3426-3, Post 3426-13, Exploration Log. Exploration Log 3426, UA 13C. The following log depicts the received camera feed of the exploration of the void regions of Post 3426-13 involving the usage of an unmanned drone. This file is limited to personnel level 4 clearance or higher. While neither info hazards nor cognito hazards have yet been detected to be present in this transcription, all personnel viewing this file must undergo a level 2 hazardous meme scan before proceeding. In order to investigate the widespread regions of void present across Post 3426-13, the SCPS Sternelicht, an unmanned exploration vessel, drops out of FTL in the upper atmosphere of Post 3426-13. The Sternelicht simultaneously launches a close-range automated drone, SKF-70, with camera feed connected to the main ship. Playing log now.
T+127. The drone enters the lower atmosphere and deploys parachute. Drone registers minor surface damage. Later analysis shows that a thin layer of material surrounding the drone had been transformed into balsa wood. Cause of this event is unknown. T+450. The drone lands on the surface of post 342613. Video feed shows that the sky appears to be phasing in and out, making formations such as clouds, and the sun periodically look transparent. The sky is a pinkish-red color with a dark hue, caused by the low brightness of the red dwarf star, TRAPPIST-1. A number of avian life forms appear to be frozen in the sky. T+501. Drone begins movement towards point of target. From its altitude, the camera can see the regional landscape. The area appears to be a coastal grassland plain. Ocean water drifts towards the shoreline in misshapen angular waves. As the waves break onto the beach, they are suddenly turned into what are apparently perfectly cut diamonds. The diamonds fade away seconds after they are deposited on the beach. Camera pans 180 degrees. A number of vaguely humanoid life forms are frozen in place along the shore, thin white wisps evaporating off their forms. Debris is strewn about the area, and small fires burn in the distance.
Wherever this is, the vibration is hella low. I'm talking hella low. The diamonds vanish the minute they come on the shore. Like the vibration of the diamond is so high that as soon as it pop up on shore, it just vanishes. Man, I wouldn't be surprised if it's somewhere else where it's raining diamonds, boy. A whole dimension of just raining diamonds. It's raining diamonds. You feel? I'm talking about going slap down over there. It's just busting. You know what I'm talking about? Putting a real definition on bling bling, right? But then let's get to this. Sounds like somebody got hit with a nuke. You got Duke Nukem around this mother. You feel me? Like, come on, bro. Small fires in the distance. Small fires burning in the distance. That sound like something done went down. Debris, you know what I'm saying, spewed about. You feel me? It looked like something, a shockwave done came through and laid something down. You got evaporating off their form. So people right around here done got thin white. They ashes, bruh. They ashes. So somebody done dropped a nuke. We'll see. Every timeline, y'all. Didn't we just cover some video when they were talking about dropping nuke? The previous video was it Israel and in the greater Indonesia. They bombed on each other in one of the timelines. You feel me? So here we go with another. Somebody else and got the business. Dang. You just I ain't gonna learn. See? And then we run back up top what Buddy said. You feel me? Y'all you done broke all types of universal laws, all types of code. You done tapped into stuff that you was never supposed to even know about. And we got some extraterrestrials over here that done sold out on you. You know what I'm saying? And gave you some of the stuff. So that will put them in violation. So we gonna get on their ace too. You feel me? So it's a lot of people finna get stepped on. And he if you're watching this video, he just told you why, for the most part. But the children, of course. But we definitely got to throw that in. That's number one for me on my list out of all the other stuff he said. But let's go.
T+0511. Abruptly, there is a flash on the camera feed that blinds the view momentarily. After a few seconds, the view returns, revealing that the entire sky appears to have lost all color contrast. There is a crackling noise and the color of the sky returns to normal. Drone begins heading towards the target location. T+1408. Drone passes over the planet's surface for approximately 4 kilometers. Video feed notes the appearance of several more anomalous features. Several structures and buildings appear to be completely flattened into the ground, creating two-dimensional images of the structures and their contents on the surface. The drone...
like crop circles. And my bad, this right here, this crackling noise, I don't know, bro. This may be a solar flare or something. I put it like that. I ain't gonna lie though. It put me in the mind of what's the movie I just watched it? Chronicles of Riddick, Crematorium. Yeah, that planet. That's what it put me in the mind of, the little part right here. My bad.
Passes by a number of posters, billboards, and other signage. However, all words and iconography on the signs appear as unreadable black bars. Many of the objects, flora and fauna, on post 342613 are warped or disjointed in some way, and some are translucent or nearly transparent. T+1735. Drone approaches target. Camera shows a completely dark sphere, completely static, emitting no sound or light. The sphere is roughly estimated to be about a quarter mile in radius. Drone activates several sensors to scan anomaly, including light, sound, sentience, matter scattering, and conceptual identity. All sensors return negative. T+1759. Drone breaches the barrier of the void. T+1836. Camera feed begins to play faint sounds of static. A pristine, non-anomalous planetary landscape is seen, about 50 yards ahead. There is an industrial building with large glass windows and unreadable insignia branded on the front. Door enters an open door on the first floor of the complex. T+1855. Static slightly increases in volume. Drone emerges in a clean, bluish-white office space with large plastic counter on the far side, decorated with potted plants. A sign is hung on the back of the wall behind the counter. Normally, this sign would be illegible or obscured by sensory bars. However, there are words on the sign reading, "Nothing is here, lock yourself inside." T+2140. Drone proceeds down open corridor. To one side, there are large glass windows open to sky. As the drone continues down the corridor, the windows appear to grow and shrink in dimension. There is a small object at the end of the corridor which terminates in a dead end. The corridor is not lit well enough for the object to be identified. T+2223. Set onto the floor of the corridor is what is evidently a television set. The television has the same shape and dimensions to match a typical CRT television from the late 1970s. As the drone approaches, it turns on. T+2231. The drone stops despite the control systems from the sternolicht being completely severed. The sound of static on the video feed suddenly increases in volume, nearly drowning out any other noise. The television shows a series of sounds and images, including clips of asteroids floating through space, large networks of massive supercomputers, crowds of people going about their daily activities, the drone itself hovering in front of the television screen, and an endless, brightly lit corridor. These images cycle through each other interspersed with flashes of white light. The cycling becomes faster, and the flashes of light last longer and longer. Faintly visible in the light now are outlines of shapes, amorphous forms that move about the screen. The amorphous forms combine and reform until they create the vague outline of a human head. The human head is looking directly into the drone's camera. T+2457. The drone is suddenly propelled forward towards a collision course with the blank wall. The wall appears to fall away and the drone is pushed forward into an empty white space and begins to fall. T+3457. After exactly 10 minutes of continuous falling, the drone suddenly emerges in the office lobby at the entrance of the building. The lobby is nominally the same in organization, appearance, and features. The sign behind the counter has changed words. It now reads, "Go back to sleep, go back to sleep, go back." Outside the floor-to-ceiling windows, the entire sky has acquired a dull, red glow. T+3709.
Look here. I gotta call it, bro. Y'all already knew I was gonna call it. You at least you should. This thing just told you to go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. Go back. Of course, that's what they want us people waking up to do. Go back to sleep. And outside the floor-to-ceiling windows, the entire sky has acquired a dull red glow. Right here. Meaning they want you in a low vibration to keep you asleep. Go back to sleep, face ass. You feel me? And they want you right here so they can control this right here. You feel me? And then they got this right here. You extra feel me? There you go.
The camera notes the presence of a new hallway to the other side of the previous hallway that was not present before. As the drone approaches, faint sounds of mechanical operation, such as electrical beeps and running motors, become faintly audible. Just as the drone is about to enter the hallway, the video feed suddenly emits the sound of screaming, and the drone appears again in the center of the office foyer. For approximately 2 hours, the drone continuously attempts to enter the newly made hallway, with the same events occurring each time. T+2 3232. Over the next 2 hours, the sun sets and night falls. There is a knocking on the windows, but no movement is registered from the outside. The knocking on the windows becomes more and more frantic. From the outside, the stars appear to be blood red. The drone approaches the hallway, and this time is not impeded. The static in the background swells and crackles, and a faint voice can be made out just underneath the interference. The voice says, "The universe is an infinite staircase, but it is shattered. You will shatter it." The drone proceeds down the hallway. T+2 3815. The hallway is an endless brightly lit corridor with no exits or side doors. Fluorescent lights are positioned on the ceiling at regular intervals. After a few minutes of travel, it is impossible to tell how far the drone has moved. The featurelessness of the hallway prevents any kind of relative positioning. T+3 5049. After about 1 hour of travel, the static slowly begins to quiet and is replaced with the growing sound of high-pitched wailing coming from thousands of sources. T+4 01 50. Dark wisps are emitted from the lamps, swarming together and flowing through the air. The audio is interspersed with intense high-frequency sound. When the sound is emitted, the video feed suddenly pixelates and shows random patterns of vivid colors. This pattern continues for a little less than 2 days. T+51 3704. A subtle change is now added to this pattern of data. Every time a pixelation event occurs, one of the pixels in the camera remains dead, sticking to the camera screen. Over time, the dead pixels fill the entire camera view. T+78 2330. The video feed has now been completely obscured by a variety of dead pixels. The sound of screaming has reached approximately 150 decibels, intense enough to cause rupturing of the eardrums. Shapes appear to form in the dead pixels, as if the pixels were moving through a field or an outline of static. The hallway's shape is vaguely visible in the static as the drone continues to move through it, but now visible are hundreds of distorted human figures that stand still in the hallway, extending indefinitely through the corridor. Their faces featureless except for eyes and a mouth. T+78 2541. The high-frequency pitches cease. The audio feed is now completely silent. T+78 2548. The swarm of humanoid faces all simultaneously turn towards the drone's camera. The figures disintegrate into black minute particles. The pixelation effect and the camera clears. The lights in the hallway all go out, leaving the drone in complete darkness. T+78 2553. The drone activates its searchlight and shines it into the hallway. The hallway begins to spin and reflect in on itself. Different sections of the hallway seem to cross over each other, rotate and reverse until it creates a kaleidoscope-like pattern in place of the original corridor. The hallway splits in half repeatedly into sections, separated by cracks of blinding white light. The hallway then appears to unravel and coil itself around the probe until it has no room left to move. The cracks in the hallway expand, and the light spilling out of it grows brighter. T+78 2636. The camera view switches abruptly to a continuous white field. T+84 1147. Nearly 6 hours later, change is detected in the camera view. The white field begins to gradually fade into total blackness. As this occurs, systems on the drone progressively shut down in sequence, and the probe begins to lose capabilities. T+84 1421. The drone shakes violently as its processing systems completely fail. A dark red flash is briefly seen permeating the camera's view before the feed cuts out. End log.
Addendum. The transcription of this camera feed is based on general consensus from a variety of viewers of the drone's camera recordings. The accuracy or reality of this transcription is currently not known. Re-recordings or attempts at computer analysis of this exploration log indicate that all reception ends past timestamp T+1759. Past this point, the recording apparently consists entirely of static. This was a strange SCP. The notion of completely erasing a planet's legacy and identity and memory, that is truly malevolent.
Who are you telling? Dr. Miller, cause that the American Indian, bro. That's what happened to us. Well, you know what I'm saying, somewhat, cause we remember it now. You know what I'm saying. We got the receipts now. You know what I mean. So long as you know what I'm saying. Yeah, but yeah, malevolent. That's crazy. This, I mean, I can't even lie, bro. This motherfucker, bro, it's a lot going on with this. It's like a lot to unpack. It's a lot to again, bro. I see. I feel you. I see. I appreciate it. All right, so let's go over this. All right, let's go over it. We definitely, I can say. Of course, we already said the institution, right? So, like I said, it seems like something drastic happened. So it's safe to say, on the tidbits, we got all these different buildings that it covers. All that got to business. So all that's involved, prospectively. You know what I'm saying? The blue family, the color blue did come up, but you know what I'm saying, that the red dull sky did hit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's definitely low vibratory energy. And then when we get over here to the occupations, of course, all those people, you know what I'm saying, perished. So, you know what I'm saying, that covers that. You feel me? Like everybody's involved. I mean, how you want me to put it? Anything that anybody, you know what I'm saying? This type of deal, right? Or at least certain people. Because they was talking about sales and all that. So this ain't everybody. It didn't say everybody. It's just certain people, right? So, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, you don't fall on that side of the motherfucking spectrum. Because, I mean, you know, ain't nothing nobody can do about it. You feel me? It is what it is. You're not conducive. And, you know what I'm saying, I'm sorry for what it's worth. I'm sorry. I know it don't seem fair, but, you know, you got to talk to your creator about that. The one that created you. You got to talk to him about that. Or them, or it, or those, or whatever they are. You know, talk to them about it. Right? And let's see. I mean, damn all the. I mean, I don't really know. You know what I'm saying, with these negatives, other than what I call on the earlier parts of it. But as we got into it, we really not knowing what we're dealing with is kind of suspicious. Okay. Something cynical could have very well happened. Meddlesome, we know how the foundation get on. A domestic tyrant. This is something that could have very well happened. Complacent, very much so. I mean, it's so, like I said, it's so much to unpack with it, y'all. So I mean, you know what I mean. It's like you just have to pick. That's why I say everybody grab something. You feel me? Because they just like when it hit off, y'all like I'm like, oh yeah, this is really. I'm glad I said that. Like everybody grab something because it seemed like it's gonna be one of them ones, right? And at the same time, like magnetic, this is a rough one. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section, man. Y'all let me know. You feel me? Don't, you know what I'm saying? Just because they got a shadow band over here, don't be shy, man. You feel me? Y'all let me know what y'all think about, because, you know what I'm saying, we got to talk about this. You feel me? And I was looking at them cities and countries right here. I see Bermuda right here. You know what I'm saying? Honolulu right here. Yeah, and oh yeah, then not to mention what they said, the enclave, the conclave of 6. That's the actual number that we on, bro. So what they talking about out there, y'all? You know what I'm saying? If you said it didn't work, well, here you go, right here. You know what I'm talking about? That was they said the number verbatim of what we're covering, as far as, you know what I'm saying, things are concerned. How that? Okay, bye. All right, so you know what I mean? Yeah, man, y'all. Yeah, I mean, this Acapulco. It's a Rio de Janeiro. You know what I'm saying? It's a couple things on here. Yeah, I mean, Chicago, Oakland. You know what I'm saying? There's some places on here. It's some no matter of fact, that's actually 5. So let me flip this. No, it's Bermuda right here. So here we go. Augusta, Elmhurst, Bogota. You feel me? Paris, San Francisco. You feel me? So Paradise Island, Baton Rouge, New Orleans. All this affiliated with the number 6. Kansas City. Yeah, man. Dallas, Milwaukee, Dover. You know, and a couple more. So if you reside in any of these places, salute to you. You know what I'm saying? Peace to you. Just know, you know what I'm saying, that the number 6 may be, you know what I'm saying, be in your chart somewhere. You may want to do your numerology chart. You feel me? See where you at with it. Check the energy out. You know what I'm saying? You may be surprised at what you find. Again, if y'all want me to go through, you know what I'm saying, a couple more of these joints, I can do it before or after. Y'all let me know if y'all want it before or after. I can do it like this, you know what I'm saying? We can start off with our normal routine, and then when we get done with the actual video itself and go over it, then we'll slide a couple more things in here. So y'all let me know, you know what I'm saying? Go back and view that actual aspect of what I called out for, if you know what I'm saying, you want to know, if you're curious. You know universal law, you know what I'm saying? One of the universal laws say, you feel me? You don't get to slide because of ignorance. You don't get to say I didn't know, because the information's out there and there's so many people trying to relay it to you. You feel me? So you don't get a pass if you was out here on your ass and we was trying to give you a little class and you know what I'm saying, you ain't want to work with it. You feel me? So, and there's a reason why I'm shadow banned and others like me are shadow banned. There's a reason for it, and you should ask yourself that. If you got all these questions, like, you know what I'm saying, question yourself before you go questioning others about what they've gotten themselves into. You know what I'm saying? Because some of us, like I said in that previous video, some of us actually then gave our lives up for it, like checked out, or you know what I'm saying, have been jailed on false accusations and false charges, chumped up on them. You know what I'm saying, just to get them out of the way, because they were for the people, and they were waking people up, and you know, things happen to them. It's crazy. So you know what I'm saying, this stuff ain't happening for no reason, y'all. So you keep yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally protected. Just know that I'm just trying to deliver the message. You know, pick up what you need, put down what you don't. But regardless, you know what I'm saying, if you ain't standing on truth, it don't matter what you want. That's just how we rocking over here. It's the academy, baby. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the nursery. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't here to babysit you. I'm here to put you on for as good as best I can with what I'm working with, and I'm looking to share perspective, and hopefully, you know what I'm saying, y'all take some of the perspectives in. Process of elimination, your own research, your own due diligence, your own conclusion. Come up with that on your own, your truth. You know what I'm saying? Stand on that and let that be. And in the end, we gonna see. You know, it ain't like no race, ain't competition. It's just in order for you to be sure and to know, you know what I'm saying, that's what we in, to go into Age of Aquarius. We get into the know. So in order for you to know, you got to do some research, man. You know what I'm saying? Taking everything and everybody for face value, that's not a good way, and it's not wisdom. That's not how wisdom grows. So, I mean, then some of us actually get forced in positions to where we have no choice but to go pick up a book and start doing extra research, because the type of information we only got it with that one person, and we could never find any more from that person that was delivering such information. So it forced us, if we were curious enough, to have to go and buy a book or 3. You know, now I got it lined up right here. You know what I mean? all types of books on all types of information, all types of stuff I'm looking at. You know what I mean? For real. So y'all, hey, we're trying. Don't say nobody didn't try. You know what I'm saying? Don't say that there was nobody over here, even in the SCP Foundation, trying to pick this stuff apart and trying to really pull some truth up out of it. You know what I'm saying? At least I'm trying to find the truth in this, because I know it's information and I know it's valuable. We just have to pick it apart and see exactly what parts are true, what's been exaggerated on, what's been fabricated, you know, what's been switched out. Because sometimes it's just a play on words, and they gave you the whole spiel. And just because they switched a couple names up or a couple companies and swapped the names around, sometimes, man, they even switched the letters up on your ass and gave you the name, and they just changed the K and put it over here and put the C right there, you know what I'm saying, and just totally switched it up and made it say something totally different, but the name is there. There's so many tricks of the trade when it comes to magic. And magic ain't always about Harry Potter with wands and stuff. It can go there, but it ain't all about that. You know what I'm saying? When we're talking about like simple magic and just how to trick of the eye, you know? So, I know. Peace.